Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. Before I forget, don't forget to comment and subscribe. And most importantly, put a comment down there and let me know what you want to see in the next video. Today we have Training Peaks Virtual that I have run on my phone with really lousy graphics. It was really good on the phone, but I used X Recorder, which is kind of not the greatest platform to be filming. But what I wanted to show you is just how responsive the game is compared to on my laptop, an old 2012 Mac, which it literally would not run on. On the phone, absolutely glitch-free, fast, the speed was there. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this race, which is really fun. As per usual, when I jump into a race, I'm just going out for fun, a little bit of training, and yeah, this one here, all the track races I had tried to do and had completed, all these little sprint points right here, people were being removed from the race. So you had to be with like last 1 to 3 riders would be pulled out of a race. So I had no idea if I was going to get pulled out at any of these sprint points. So here we go, we're just about ready to kick off, and check me out. I start pedaling and boom, look at that. I'm actually moving with the group. So on the phone, really super happy with the performance. I am having a Galaxy 9 S9 tablet coming tomorrow. So we're going to be able to run this on a tablet and see how it performs. I imagine it's going to perform just as well. So here we go. Love all the things on the screen. We got basically your time, distance traveled, distance climbed, current speed, and all of these you can go in the settings, which I did on a previous video, and you can change all the different informations on this middle screen and all the different information on this screen over here. This screen over here gives you a wind direction. Eventually, I believe they're going to have steering on this, so you can try and get yourself into better positions to get better drafts, to get your draft up. And I did feel like this draft was working really well. Obviously here is the percentage of climbing and descending. And this here is, we're doing 6 laps. What I really like about this one is as the peloton splits apart, you start having, see, look at this. See, we're getting different groups out here, and it tells you how many are in the group and how far behind they are. So this is really cool. So actually, here we go. We're coming up to the first sprint, and I don't know if I'm going to get DQ'd or not. I was like, uh-oh, I better start putting some watts down. So yeah, we come in here at 20th place. That was pretty terrible. And if riders get removed from the race or disqualified or pulled out, their names will pop up here and say, you're all done. Then you turn into a ghost. So anyways, 20th place, got me along to the next one. I realize now, okay, nobody's getting dropped. Everybody's going to be able to finish this race. And here we go. We're cruising. And I'm just kind of scoping things out. And if you look at the power levels, they're pretty consistent with Zwift. I'd say the level of riders is just a little bit less than racing with the bees on Zwift. Especially if you get into the ZRL and all the other higher level of racing, so to speak. I still don't believe that this virtual racing is ever going to replace the real world, in my opinion. Background story, I have nearly 1,000 bike races that I've competed in. All different disciplines. I've done everything except strictly downhill mountain bike. So I've done a lot of cross-country mountain bike, endurance mountain bike, road bike, track bike, cyclocross for years and years and years. I remember back in the day, cyclocross, you just wanted to keep riding your bike when it was cold and snowy. So you'd pick up some parts of whatever you had laying around in your basement and you'd throw them together. All right, here we go. So this sprint, I'm going a little bit harder just to make sure that I was going to make it through. Just kind of testing the waters a little bit. And to be perfectly honest, I wasn't sure where I was going with it in this race. But I just love the format. And yeah, the graphics are good enough. I will say, like, as a young person, I was definitely a video gamer, and my kids got my son into video gaming. And one thing came to another. They closed the plant that I was working at as a truck driver, and I had ended up having to drive over an hour to work each way, hour to work, hour home, and that literally just overnight killed my video gaming career. Just no time left. So, but anyways, yeah, super fun. So here we go, cruising along. Everybody's chilling. Got a good draft. This 5% climb, I got like a little bit of a surge at the bottom, and it just carried me over the climb, which is really reminiscent of regular racing. Super cool. Zwift, they just make, like, Zwift, even downhill, you just have to pedal hard all the time. I find on Zwift, downhills are some of the hardest points of the race for me. I've actually gotten dropped in a couple of races on the descents. So here we go. Now I'm starting to get into my groove here. I'm starting to warm up. I don't believe I had much of a warm-up on this one. So here we go. We're just cruising around. It's not a ton of watts. Like, there's no reason I should be winning the sprint at 650 watts. Thank you, Winnie. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Guard dog's on duty. That's enough. Leave it. Leave it. Okay, so I took that sprint probably a little too handily. Definitely 650 watts should not be winning me a sprint. So now I'm watching the time over here, 2 seconds back, so I'm kind of chilling out here waiting for everybody to catch back up. And here you can see all the different groups that are going on. So come on, guys. So we're just going to fast forward a little bit through here. All right, so now the group's back together. And boom, coming up to another sprint already. And here we go, another 650 watts or whatever surge. I see nobody coming, 600, 500 watts. I'm not going super, super hard. And realistically, if I was in Zwift, there's no way I'd be winning a sprint under 1,000 watts as a high level B. I will say it was still fun to do all these sprints, even if it's not a super high level sprint. I've not been working on intervals or anything like that, so this is a really good workout. Super fun. I mean, I love how this shows the whole course. Pretty, like, right here is where you are, and like this is all the climbs that you've been through. So I find this a little bit easier to read than Zwift. And yeah, our race is really splintered. So here we go. We are into lap 3 of 6. And I know I was telling a story, but I kind of lost track of where I was going with that. I think I was like playing video games with my son. Okay, here we go. Up 7. Yeah, here we go. 750, pumping it up a little bit more. Over 700 watts going into this sprint. Got myself the gap and just kind of cruised across. So it's a good workout because I think it was 12 sprints or something like that for this one. Something like that. So, but still really enjoying myself. And I gotta say, I'm kind of chuffed being able to take all these sprints. It's kind of fun. And here we go again. Did the same deal. I think I popped it at about, whatever, 700 watts again. Let's cruise back here. Where are we at? So far, okay, so now I can see the sprint coming. And I still have the gap on people. So this is a really fun part of Training Peaks Virtual, because you can actually be out here in the front and just be able to know where all the groups are. So yeah, we're just pumping up here, another 650 watt little pop, just to make sure, because I saw the times coming down, just to make sure we win the sprints again. Yeah, then I really sat up because I wanted to be with the group, because I'm here to test Training Peaks Virtual. I'm here to test the drafting. I'm here to test. Okay, here we go. Another sprint. Just waiting. Is anybody going for it? I'm trying to sit in. Oh, here we go. 750, 780. Yeah, it's almost 800 watts. Just pull away. Take the sprint. Still feeling good. Enjoying myself. So I'll let the group catch up to me. So 843, yeah, it's jumping back on here. And yeah, we're going to zoom out front. Oops. A little bit too much power. I will say, as time goes on, Training Peaks Virtual will definitely be far harder. And I have since changed some of these things on the middle screen here. I took away balance because I don't have power pedals, or smoothness, not going to show it on power pedals. So in the next video, oh, here we go, 850 again, 830. So I mean, these are decent sprints. They're not all out sprints. I mean, they're like 90% sprints. Between 80 and 90%. So there we go, took another one. But all I could say is I really, really am liking the Training Peaks Virtual. It really mimics road racing far better than Zwift. If you want a good workout, you want to get strong, you can do that on Zwift. I believe you can do the same thing here on Training Peaks Virtual, especially as the levels of people, the riders get higher and higher. And I'm really, just like on the road, I could just never, see, there we go, another 850, 860. So we're just popping, doing these quick little pop burst sprints. Which I gotta say, I'm loving this race. Like, I'm having so much fun right now. Despite the level of competition being less than stellar. I shouldn't pick on people because I mean everybody rides at their own level. And I've always encouraged people to just get out and ride. Whether you just want to ride around the block or you want to race full on pro. Like, you should just get out there and hop on your time machine. So I've be 57 this coming week, and I think I started riding a bicycle when I was about 1. I started racing, did some BMX when I was a kid, and then I really started racing in the early, like late 80s, early 90s, and raced for up until 2018. I retired 2015. And then I came back again when I moved here to Australia. So I did a few more races out here. Then I went on to doing Spartan races. Ended up having a knee surgery, and the doctor told me I probably shouldn't be running marathons, or I'll probably end up having another knee surgery on the other side. He said, just keep riding your bike. So living in Melbourne, the only bike I really ride outside is I go to work and back. Sometimes I'll run an errand here and there. Haven't driven my car in months. Okay, so there we go. That's the end of the race. Wait a minute. Is it really? All right, so what we did here, I'm gonna backtrack again. So what happened is I'm just sitting here about 2K to go. I'm like waiting for people to come, and hoping we were gonna have like a group sprint. But just like on the road, I mean, I got to 2K to go, and I'm just like, you know what? Let's just run it, man. Let's see if we can hold it for 2K to go. These guys are 1 second back. And I'm still testing the waters a little bit. Tore my calf back in June, still not at 100% fitness level. So here I'm just trying to do what I can do. I'm trying to hold a wattage that I think I can hold until the end. So I'm going pretty hard here. You'll see my heart rate continue to increase. And I'm watching, I'm actually gaining more time on these guys. And yeah, I even get under 300 watts a few times here. So yeah, I'm definitely going pretty hard. I'm freaking sweating. And I'm looking at this going, oh man, 1.4K to go. Still gaining time. So they're all just kind of just waiting, I guess, watching each other. I will say in a lot of races I competed in, there's so like a lot of the races I won, people will just look around and just let me go. And over the years, people kind of knew if they let me go, even from kilometer 0, there was a good chance that I would win a race. Many hours out there solo. Absolutely love flying solo on races, being out in the front by myself. Especially in races where you had dirt. Like we used to do Bat and Kill Roubaix, and a lot of races in Colorado we would hit dirt sections. So any races with dirt sections, man, I was all in. So I remember when I started racing for Rally Sport, There was a dirt section. I think we were doing 4 or 5 laps of this course. And I remember there's like 3 dirt sections. And typically what I would do, I don't like being around other people on the dirt. So I attacked on the first dirt, got around the first lap, just coming up to the start finish. And there was like one last dirt section, hit a bump. And never before in my life had I have water bottles eject. Both of my water bottles, gone ejected. So I'm riding along, I come through, and I mean, I think it's, I don't know, 90 degrees, 85, 90. Like, it is hot. And I'm just going, oh, man. All right, we'll just zone in on here. 200 meters to go. We'll just get the finish here, and then we'll talk about the story. Here we go. Just put a little pop in, because the time started dropping down, so I knew they were putting a little heater on to try and catch me. There we go. Take the race. Winner. First place. All right, so coming around the end of the first lap, and I believe there's 3 more laps to go. The race was probably 70 miles or something, so you could do the math. Long way to go. I think it's whatever, it's 85, 90 degrees. Super hot, super sunny. So I'm riding, and I'm like, well, what am I going to do now? Like, I have half a water bottle in my car, which is about half a block off the course. So I decide to ride off the course, grab the half a water bottle that I have in my car, come back to the course, and just then the whole group is coming through. Danny Suter looks over to me. He's like, what the heck are you doing? I was like, oh man, lost my water bottle, so I went in my car. I had half a bottle, so I grabbed that. So we go around a few more laps. He's just shaking his head. And I had previously raced with him. I'd bridged across to their 5-man break because my sister was watching the race, and I knew I had to be up in the break. So I turned myself inside out, and I just remember the look he gave me when I caught those guys. And they all hit me at the same time. It was like 5 against 1 for the finish because I didn't know who I was because I just moved to Colorado. So anyways, we're coming to the last dirt section. I had broken away. I was with 4 other guys coming to the finish, and I get a front flat, literally 800 meters from the finish. So yeah, I think I ended up 5th that day on a flat tire. Pretty disappointing end to that story. But anyways, get to the end of the race. Danny comes over and he's like, dude, you got to race with us at Rally Sport. Like, you're a friggin' maniac. So I was like, all right. Spent 3 years at Rally Sport. Super, super great guys. Super fun time. The road team, cyclocross team. I did a lot of mountain biking basically myself. I did all the Spartan racing and did like Rugged Maniac and some other things like that. The zombie race. So I did a lot of obstacle course racing on the side. But super fun years. Love those guys. Yeah, I miss those times, man. It's kind of a shame getting older. But living in Melbourne, I don't feel safe enough on the roads to do what I need to do to actually get up to a level where I'm ready to race. The Zwift is helping, and this TP Virtual is going to help. So I guarantee down the road, hopefully by the end of this summer, I'll be getting a few races in. They do have a purely criterium race course. There's this whole sports complex where they have footy and they have, I think there's a baseball field, there's BMX track, and they actually have a criterium track where you race around, and yeah, it's wide open. Safe as you can get for racing. So there's one there, and I know there's one up in St. Kilda where it's just 4 corners, big wide road through some warehouse district. I can see myself doing a couple races this year, providing no more injuries. But yeah, getting back to Training Peaks Virtual, super fun race. I'm going to do one today. I'm going to go ahead and film that as well. I will try something with more climbs. I want to do, the next test is a sustained climb. So we'll see how we go on a sustained climb, see if I can get some drafting on a climb. I don't believe I get to pick different bikes yet. So I haven't even looked into that. I know I'd have different levels of where you're at. I pointed those out in my other previous video. It's like carbon this or platinum that or something. So I don't know if you move your level up, if it starts giving you new bikes. So I will do another video and I'll look into that for you guys and keep giving you my take on Training Peaks Virtual. Alright, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. Click that little bell because I might be entertaining in the next video, way more than this one. So thanks for watching, signing out from Melbourne, Australia. See you in the next one.